the three challenges I'm going to highlight here are 911 answer times or cellular calls, our overtime, and then the sworn hiring, attrition, and retention. The first one has to do with our ability to answer our 911 calls at our highest hour at 90% of the time. Now that is a national industry standard that's out there that was set by the National Emergency Number Association of Dispatchers. As you can see, this is last year of how we actually laid it out, that 16% of the time is where we actually got to within that 90% standard. As you can see, June, July, and August are the times that we either don't hit it or we hit it very, very infrequently. Now with that, we went out there and also looked at where the Sheriff's Department was at in Elk Grove and some other jurisdictions. So it's a goal of 90%, but nobody in the region has actually obtained that particular number. But we were at the bottom end. Most of them are on the above 50%, and we're on the below side of 50% clearly with our 16% average. Because of this, it's also inhibited our ability to answer the cellular calls here as the first point of contact. Right now, we do about 6% of the cellular calls are directly into our comm center, but 94 are referrals from CHP. So we have tried to set up a plan over 10 years to take those, but we're also trying to push as much as we can to accept it as more people are converting to cellular technology from the hard landlines that we had before. But it's something that we don't have the capacity right now to accept all of the cellular calls that in some point down the road I hope that we're going to be able to. The next one is overtime. And this has been a stressor for us for a lot of years. It's been about 20 years since we actually added to the budget. We've added staffing, which at some point...
Question on that. Please. The 911 capacity, Chief, is it people problem or equipment problem or what?
It's a staffing problem, and it has to do with the point of contact where the call takers. So you're looking at the first point, not the actual dispatchers on the back end, but on the front end of having enough call takers to be there when you have the surges in the cell calls.
And so are you asking for more people in this budget to do that?
We put a request in, and I know that obviously I put in a lot of requests, and not all of them get granted. We have a lot of needs within the organization to build back, and I know that, the other departments are also facing that. And so the discussion I've had with city managers, we're going to look to the coming year to actually set up a plan to see if we can't add dispatchers at that point. Right now, we still have CHP that is the first point of contact, so we do have it covered. But it comes down to, some of the priorities in the rest of the city. But yes, I did put in a request for additional dispatchers.
Who signed up to speak on both items, and that was Dave Genet.
Mayor, before you start the clock, I want to apologize for the fact that I'm having to switch gears here because I can't play PowerPoints for you. So I'm trying to give you what I worked on all day today.
Officer 3 units for the 12-man 240 story progress, 2101 16th Street 3 into the Mexican restaurant in the patio area. Sector 3 units available, and Tier 3 there's no units available citywide. Attention all Sector 3 units, code 12-man 211 time limit, just Sector 3 units available. 914 Lake Edward Street 3A. About 10 ago, complainant and friends were walking back to this 925 when 3 subjects came up behind them with a gun and 211 them. Subjects were last in woods on E Street. Sergeant copy, can I call?
Rear copy, you brought that in the rear available.
You've heard me say before this council for 20 years, we have the finest police officers, finest police department in California, if not the nation. The only problem, we have too few of them, and it's been a struggle for us for years. This is a year ago. The problem is increased, not decreased. We love the technology. We support the technology. I worked with Jim Hyde on the COPS grants for COPS More that brought you some of that technology in 1994 to 1997. Love the technology. But if you don't have the officers to respond to the technology, what are you going to do? I don't know how to really present this because I've been presenting it for years. So if you'd like to, I'd like to move on then to asset forfeiture.
You signed up for both items?
He did.
Are we ready? Mm-hmm. Programs. I heard folks here, they're here tonight, talking about nonprofit organizations. I hear Mr. Worthy talk about it all the time. We have a bevy of nonprofit organizations, many of whom are fine, have the best intentions in the world, but I heard this police chief here a couple of years ago talking about the $600,000 we spent on one program that graduated not a single child, an at-risk child. I've seen some of these kids bleeding out in the sidewalks, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen the mayhem at 10th and K that goes up till 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm out on the street with these officers 3 or 4 nights a week. So you see, when you talk about spending money on programs and programs and programs and programs, that's not warm bodies on the street to help those citizens that need their help. Code 12, Code 1, it's a daily, hourly reality. Every officer knows it, and deals with it. I wish you would come out and ride with us sometimes, and you'll see the soft, dark underbelly of this city. But you know what? I've made that invitation many times. It's never been accepted. Hey, what do we say to the men and women who risk their lives? What do we say to the families of Billy Bean and his partner? They would give up their life in service to this city. You wonder why you have a hard time attracting candidates to the academy? And why some of them leave right after they finished field training to go to an outside agency? Rockland, Folsom. You gain respect when you give respect, ladies and gentlemen. I don't believe this city has respected its police officers, and I hope that I might be around in 2017 to see that with a new council.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have 11 people that have signed up to speak, so we'll call 3 at a time, as is our normal practice. We'll start with Dave Genet, and then we'll go with Rhonda Irwin and Robert Copland.
Cover a couple items that the chief wasn't able to do. Your cell phone number, it should be on everyone's front page on their cell phone to reach 911 in our city until you folks get it together and bring us into the 21st century like we've been demanding for the last 5 years. 732-0100. Should be right on your homepage. That's 911. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd call that number, and it's taken 10 minutes to get through to that 911 number because of our dispatchers and staffing shortages there. I can show you that scar. Can't take my shirt off to show you the bullet in the back, but you know what? I don't give a rat's ass the color of the individual that comes to my aid. You know, we get a little too crazy about diversity. We all support it. We believe in it. We live it in our communities. But don't let it hinder good things happening. Again, I wish I could have brought my PowerPoint, or played my PowerPoint presentation to talk about asset forfeiture. It's been a big, hot issue, very much like eminent domain has been an issue in our country, because I happen to be a big civil rights guy. I did a lot of civil rights things in the 60s. I'm 71 years old. I've been there, done that. But there's the language, he talked about all the rules, the chief talked about all the rules governing asset forfeiture. Read them. Something you didn't pay attention to in 1997, thou shalt not supplant, but you notice you can't supplant under asset forfeiture. One section it says you can hire police officers, and another section it says it can't. Obviously, the legislation is written by lawyers. Mixed messages. I heard a young lady speak about that. I've heard you talk about it. We send one message here today, we send another message here tomorrow. And you wonder why we get confused and why some of my neighbors, who I don't always agree with, get angry, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
The decorum is on you, not us.